Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Today I have another swap video for you. I'll be sharing the cards that I received on a special demonstrator retreat that I attended in early June. So I have 72 cards to show you. All of them use stamp sets and designer paper, all kinds of goodies from the Stampin' Up 2022 to 2023 annual catalog. Oh my gosh, these cards are amazing. This demonstrator retreat was attended mostly by incentive trip achievers, and so you guys, these cards are awesome. They're so amazing. I can't wait to share them with you. Well, before we dig in, I wanted to show you the card that I made to swap with everybody. Now, when you're making 70 or more swap cards, you really need a design that is clean and simple and easy. At least I do. So here's the card that I created. I used a new stamp set in the July through December catalog in the Splendid Day suite. So I got a little bit of that shiny foil paper. I used the lasting label punch and did some two-step stamping here. This one doesn't have it, but on the swap card I did swap with everybody. I did have a white piece on the inside with a little stamping in the corner. Definitely tried to make sure that I included that in all those cards. So here's the one that I swapped. Would you like to see what I got in return? I've got everything kind of grouped by stamp set and colors, and so I'm going to go through them and show you all the cards and tell you who made them as well. Now, I think there's a few in here that don't have a name, so I'm just going to apologize in advance that I can't give credit for those cards, but I'm going to try to give credit as much as I can to everyone who created these cards. So first up, we've got this one from Tammy Shia, who created it with the Sending Smiles bundle. This is showcasing new in colors. We've got Sweet Sorbet and the Parakeet Party. Love this clean and simple style with that die cut rectangle from the scallop rectangle, or scallop label dies, I think is what it's called. So much fun. So all of these in this first set are using stuff with new in colors. So this one from Kate Foma. Oh gosh, I'm gonna massacre everybody's names. I'm sorry. Uses the new in colors, all 5 of them here. We've got Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, and Starry Sky, along with the Charming Sentiments bundle. That's the one that has the sentiments and then the dies that die cut around all the edges. Such a fun card. I love the little strips of paper to show off each of the in colors, alternating between cardstock and designer paper. And then we've got an embossing folder in the background, the well-worn embossing folder. What a great card to show off those new in colors. Here's a card from Mary Kate Scott, also using some of the new in colors. This is one of the note cards from the Tea Boutique note card set, and she's got it paired up with the Bottles of Happiness stamp set that coordinates with the bottle punch. And then we've got more in colors, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and Parakeet Party on that Starry Sky card base. Oh my gosh, these colors are just so bright and so fun. This one uses the same stamp set, except we don't have the bottle. So this is the flower from that Bottled Happiness set using Starry Sky and Sweet Sorbet. This one's from Kay Kaltoff. Next up, we're bringing that bottle back in. Check out the glitter. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. So on the glitter paper, we have the stamp, and looks like it's white embossed there to sort of get that shine. Really pretty here with the glitter paper. We've got the Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, and even some Orchid Oasis glitter paper in there. This card is from Tamara Davis. Oh, I love that. And then the in-color designer paper in the background too. One of the popular new suites in the new catalog is the Happiness Abounds and the Hues of Happiness. So I got a whole bunch of cards using that one. It's no wonder that this one is so popular, because it is on the cover of the 2022 to 2023 annual catalog, the Hues of Happiness. And this designer paper, you can kind of see a little bit, and all these cards are so colorful and so beautiful with all these bright colors. And then I love the contrast of the Night of Navy backdrop. This first card, oh, I think this might be one that doesn't have a name. Let's check on the inside and see. Yep, no name on this one. Love the pretty layout here. We've got an embossing folder and then the Daffodil Delight cardstock setting that layer of designer paper up. Just so simple and so gorgeous. Love those colors. This one is from Anastasia Radolph, and she used the stamp and then watercolored. It's so beautiful with the 3 panels of designer paper and then these bright enamel dots. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Here's a color. Actually, does this look familiar? Very similar to the cover project. I love this with the vellum layer that has the border die cut. If you've been looking for where that is, that's in this Happiness Abounds bundle. So gorgeous. These pieces are die cut straight from the designer paper. And then the sentiment is, again, part of that Charming Sentiments that has dies that coordinate with all of the sentiments. This one is from Karen Duke. Such a great card. I love that you can either stamp or die cut the flowers in this suite and just get beautiful results. Here's one from Lori Krause. She used a stamp set. I think maybe the, I was writing names down. I think maybe this is the True Beauty stamp set. Not sure about that. There's several that we have that have sort of a similar watercolor look. Gorgeous embossing folder with the designer paper here. Love these colors too. Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. Awesome card from Lori. Next up is one from Jennifer Cotton. She's using a new stamp set here. Thankful We Are Friends. And then I love that little pool party sheer ribbon to go with that designer paper piece. And again, some of those brightly colored gems. Similar layout here from Betsy Kreider. So like even same paper. I think we have several cards that look very similar with that gorgeous Night of Navy designer paper. And then isn't it amazing though how the cards can look so different based on what else you pair them with, right? So on this one, we've got the pool party, so it looks a little lighter, a little brighter. This is almost exactly the same card. We even have the same embossing folder used in the background, but this one does not have a layer, and this one has the Daffodil Delights. You can see how the daffodil kind of really pops that designer paper. I love, love, love the stitch tag and the twine that Betsy used on her card, and then we've got some faceted gems there as well. So pretty. Yep, that one was Betsy's. And then our last card for the Happiness Abounds is from Constance Wirtz. And I love this blending that she's done here on the white card. And then some die cut flowers from the Hues of Happiness designer paper. Oh my gosh, just so beautiful and so simple. You guys know I love clean and simple, so this card is right up my alley. Oh, here's a beautiful card from Genevieve Coe from Canada. I just love the simple splash of color here. So we've got the brick and mortar embossing folder in white. We got white on white and then white, but with the splash of the Highland Heather on the side and stamping and then cutting out by hand the refuge there on the Highland Heather. Oh my gosh, such a great card. Really, really love that one. Oh, another really popular suite in this catalog has been the Sun Prints suite. And so here's 3 cards created using the Nature's Print stamp set. This first one is by Michelle Slachow, and she did a watercolor resist technique here. So she started by embossing some of the images from the Nature's Print stamp set on watercolor paper, and then watercoloring with some starry sky. And then the embossed image, of course, resists the watercolor, so that stays white and really pops. Such a great card. Little embellishing here with some layers of designer paper and vellum, and then some of that glittery iridescent starry sky ribbon to top it off. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, do you guys recognize this layout? It's one that I've been using over and over and over again. So simple. I love it here with the fern embossed cardstock, and then these colors are gorgeous together. Petal Pink, Night of Navy, and Soft Seafoam. I just think that is so perfect. This one is from Hattie Walker Nilsson. Love the perfect embellishments here with the linen thread and some champagne rhinestones. Really just tie it all together. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I didn't already have the Nature's Print bundle and the whole suite, I think this card might make me get it. I think it is so amazingly, perfectly layered. This one is from Karen McNall. And she's got the fern embossing folder, some of the designer paper, stamped and die cut images. I love this skinny little label. I feel like that just sort of ties all of the elements together in such a beautiful way. A little bit of linen thread and some blue gems to round it out. I love everything about this card and totally want to case it. Oh, another one. This is, I feel like every time I reach into this box, I'm just getting the most beautiful cards to show you. This is a suite that I fell in love with the first time that I saw it in the annual catalog, but I feel like I haven't really had a chance to play and do much with it. Honestly, it intimidates me a little bit because it's kind of really successful when it's layered, and that is not necessarily my style and my comfort zone. This is the Texture Chic Suite and the Season of Chic stamp set. This is a really fun one because it has lots of different colors with the gold foil in here as well. You can see that in the designer paper, but also it has stamps for every season. There's a leaf and a snowflake and the shell, and I think a flower in there as well. So many different ways to use these two cards really show off the shells. This one is from my upline Kim Peck, and she has layered so many different die cuts between the sentiment and the background, and then the stamped and die cut images here, and then we've got some of the metallic enamel dots. Just, oh my gosh. I saw this card and I was like, Kim, I can't believe you did all that die cutting for 70 cards. I think our total number was 78 actually. So that was a lot of work, but this card is so beautiful and so worth it. Here's another one that had a lot of work. This was Michelle Suit that created this one. I've got to open this up and show you because this is like a little kind of like that arrow card. Do you remember we made that? So the sides are scored and then folded up, and then sometimes it's left open where there's a pocket. This one is not, so it just has that sort of pointed arrow fold a little bit. I love the designer paper and how it's continued there on the flap as well. All these elements, the stamps and the die cuts are just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Do you not just love this so much, right? The color here, I believe, is petal pink on all these cards. Yeah, petal pink. I was trying to decide if it was petal pink or blushing bride, but definitely petal pink. This one's from Jane Stull, and she's got a die cut here. I think this might be from the Hollyhock, the detailed Hollyhock die in the gold foil, and it's so beautiful paired with this designer paper. It's time to celebrate you. Oh my gosh, I just love that. I love, love, love the golds. All right, well, my style is maybe a little bit more of the bold stamps. And so I've got a couple cards here that are more of those bold colors. Well, the first two anyway. This one is from, oh gosh, Allie. I'm just going to say Allie Gomez. I don't want to screw up your first name. I actually sat on the airplane with Allie. It was so much fun. I met her in the airport flying from Dallas to St. George. And so we got to sit together and gab for hours. And it was just so much fun to sit with her and chat with her. So this is her card using the Simply Fabulous stamp set. I love the gingham folder back there. And then just the layered die cuts. Just adds such a great texture between the stitching and the little embossed edge there. You are positively the greatest. That sentiment came from the Cottage Rose stamp set. I'll show you that. We've got a bunch of samples with that Abigail Rose suite in a little while. So I paired these together actually because I thought maybe those flowers were similar to the flowers in this set. This is the Speedy Recovery stamp set. It's a new one in the annual catalog. And is this not just the most clever thing you've ever seen with some tissue coming out of the tissue box? This one's from Chris Carmichael, and I just love that extra touch of like realism into these almost cartoony stamp images, you know, but I think that's so fun to have just a little touch of tissues in there. Sending well wishes your way, paired here with the brick and mortar embossing folder. Just really fun with the Tahitian Tide, Pale Papaya, and Parakeet Party is the light green in there. Same stamp set here. We've got our little cup of soup or cup of tea, sending well wishes. This one is from Celine Kempton. She has used the quatrefoil embossing folder and the lovely linen designer paper in there for a really simple evening evergreen and vanilla card. I like the little touch of color down here as well. This stamp set is in a similar place in the annual calendar. I can't remember the name of this one, but there's a couple more that we have the bouquet of flowers and the presents. It's sort of like birthday theme, and you'll find them in the same couple pages as that Speedy Recovery. This one's from Dawn Stock, and she used the Sun Prints, oh, the other paper, not the Sun Prints. No, maybe Sun Prints. Sun Prints is the blue one. And then I'm looking at the catalog. I'm cheating here because there's a paper that's really similar, pretty prints. This one right here. So it's similar to the sun prints, but it's got 4 different colors instead of the blues. Calypso Coral, and then we've got Bermuda Bay, Evening Evergreen, and the Blackberry Bliss. So she's got one of each in here. And then that embossing folder is also a new one that is a favorite of mine. I think it's called Pretty Posies or something Posies. Let's just take a quick look back here. Painted Posies, there it is. So she glued down the paper and then embossed the whole thing so you can see that texture on the designer paper, and then added the colored embellishment on top. Such a pretty one from Dawn. All right, let's keep going. We've got some cute elephants next. Oh my gosh, did you guys see this bundle? I have a thing for cute critters. These remind me of the hippos, but these elephants are in the annual catalog. And this stamp set, this bundle is called Elephant Parade. So this first card is from Angie Judah. And I think, let's just take a look. I think this might have a little, yeah, a little pocket in here for you to put a gift card. So essentially you're taking the card front, scoring it, and then folding it back, and you can create a little pocket to use for the gift card. That's such a cute card. What a great card too for sending a gift for a baby shower or a new baby. Sweet little one. So cute. Here's one using the same Elephant Parade stamp set. This one is by Donna Singleton, and she used some of the Design a Daydream designer paper. This is one of the host gifts that you can get when you have a party that's over $150. It's in the annual catalog. It includes 4 sheets each of 12 different patterns. So this is a jumbo pack of designer paper that has 48 sheets total. And you can redeem it with host rewards for a host exclusive price of $18. These fun patterns and colors are just so much fun to play with and to design your own daydream. Like, see what I did there? Oh my gosh, such a cute card with the little die cut balloon and the mouse on top. I just love that. Here's some more cards using the same stack of designer paper, the Design a Daydream host paper. This first one is from Jennifer Hill using a tag. This is actually from a Christmas tag set. Love the stitched hearts in there too. Little corner rounder, really kind of goes with the theme, the round, handcrafted from the heart. I think that's from the limited edition stamp set that's new in the annual catalog. Here's one. I love this pop of Blackberry Bliss. This is Anna Marie Palmerin, and she has the Sending Birthday Wishes. That's from the Sending Smiles bundle. So there is a die. That die cuts the stamped image, which she's embossed here, and I think it pops really beautifully against the Design a Daydream panels. So much fun. Love these colors together. Blackberry Bliss with the pool party is just so much fun. All kinds of papers here with 1-inch strips. This one is from Monica Davis, and she used the Sweet Songbirds to do the note of thanks and the branch, and then the bird punch that has the chest and the wing as well. So cute. Love this one. Another great way to show off designer paper is longer strips. These are 1 1/4-inch strips, and oh, this might be another one without a name on it. Let's see if we can find one inside. Nope, no name on this one. This Kindness Changes the World. Oh, no, here's the name. Lynn Streifert. It was hiding. So Lynn created this card, The Kindness Changes the World, 1 heart at a time. That stamp set is another host exclusive gift that you can choose when you have an order over $150. And those gifts that are in the annual catalog, let me just point them out really quick. We also have some host exclusive gifts in the mini catalog. And so here they are. We have the Design a Daydream designer paper, Garden Grandeur, Sit, Stay, Relax, and Begin with a Dream. You can choose these at a special exclusive price when your order's over $150, or you can choose whatever you'd like with your Stampin' Rewards. There's also another designer paper and a stamp set available in the July through December catalog, and you can mix and match those. So if you're ordering from either catalog, you can choose from these host gifts or those host gifts, or none at all if you want to just choose whatever you'd like with your free stuff. So did you guys know that when you order over $150, you can choose free host rewards, or Stampin' Rewards as they're called online? I love that extra little perk. A win-win, win-win. If you're ordering less than $150, you want to make sure to use a host code so that the host rewards earned on that order can be pooled together, and that's what I use to send out the freebies every month with the bonus project kits. Next up, we have another card using the limited edition stamp set. This one's from Candy Ratte, and she used the Parakeet Party to stamp the leaves here, and then the fern embossing folder. Love the colors here. Mossy Meadow, Parakeet Party, and Rich Razzleberry. Really striking. Now these next two cards I had to look up because I was trying to figure out if they were the same stamp set, and indeed they are not, even though the flowers do look really similar. This one that has a separate stamp that would do the centers is the Heavenly Hollyhock stamp set and bundle. This card is from Chelsea Christensen, and then this one, which has a very similar flower with the lines, this one is from Tina Krivik. Oh, I probably murdered that. I'm sorry. Northern Stamper. We'll go by that. This is called the Uniquely Artistic Stamp Set, and it has a very similar flower, but it has the little stamped center in there and then some other pieces. So you can tell the style of the stamp set is a little bit different, but just beautiful. I know you guys probably have like a gazillion flower stamp sets at home, right? I know I do. More flowers, but this is one of my favorite new sweets, especially the designer paper. The sweet is called A Wash in Beauty, so that's the designer paper. The stamp set is called True Beauty, and you can use the dies to die cut the designer paper or the stamp images. I love that. So this first card is from Janie Backer, and love these colors. This is something I think people overlook a lot. The color here, it looks like Rich Razzleberry, but it's actually Mary Merlot, which is a neutral color in the Stampin' Up! Color families, paired here with some Granny Apple Green and Blushing Bride. Maybe that's Parakeet Party? I don't know. That's the ribbon, and that matches pretty well, doesn't it? Love these colors together. So beautiful. This one has a vellum embossed background, and it is from Cindy Westerink. And I love these colors with the Mango Melody and Granny Apple Green. Might be Old Olive. Just really pretty. I love that, how it has the window with a soft touch of embossing. Oh, do you notice the lines there too? Those are done just with a paper trimmer to add a little texture and dimension to the card. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. One of the brighter papers in the new annual catalog is Butterfly Kisses. I love this one. It is just so bright and fun, and it really reminds me of my daughters. So the first card here is from Rhonda Morgan, and she used some of the Butterfly Kisses designer paper and then some of the dies that coordinate from the Best Butterflies bundle. Love these colors together. We got similar colors going on all across the board here. Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia is the purple, Calypso Coral, and Starry Sky. Isn't this just beautiful? The next one, similar colors. This one is from Carol Hickman, using that Painted Posy embossing folder again. I think it goes really well with this designer paper in the suite. And you'll notice the other card also used these new flower embellishments that coordinate with the colors in the Butterfly Kisses designer paper. Last butterfly card. Uh-oh, this one doesn't have a name either. Let's see if we can find it inside. Sometimes with our swaps, we always say to put the name on the inside, but I don't see a name on this one at all. I love the designer paper that has all those pretty colors together. And then we've got the stamped images that are die cut with the black butterfly body. So fun. Speaking of bright colors, how about the Sunny Splash stamp set? I think this one is so fun, but it's not one that I got on my list. I don't like wearing bathing suits, and so stamping a bathing suit sort of is in the same category for me. But these colors are so fun and just scream summer. This one's from Candy Michael, and she used Parakeet Party for this monochromatic card. Love the die cut tags in white and vellum, and then some of the designer paper from the In Color collection with the well-worn embossing folder in the background. We got the In Colors going on all these cards. Uh-oh, here's another one without a name. Let's see if it's inside. No, oh no. Another one without a name, but we've got In Colors Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide. And then do you see just a little bit of blending brush behind there to really make that white label pop against the white background? So much fun. This one's from Mary Ellen Stites using the new polka dot background. I love that then how you can see the variation of the colors inside. Stamped and then die cut with the black one cut out on top. That's a fussy cut because there are not coordinating dies to go with this bundle. So, so cute. And I love the little pearls, probably colored with a Stampin' Blend marker to coordinate. Such an awesome card from Mary Ellen. We are sticking with the bright colors for this one. Let me open it up so you can see inside. This one's from Nancy Stone, and we have a gatefold card. I guess there's not anything to see on the inside. Simple gatefold card using the sailboat punch and the Paradise Palms stamp set. Oh my gosh, is this just screams summer to you? I love it. Well, another thing that screams summer to me is fish. And this is a bundle that I got and haven't had a chance to play with yet. This bundle is called A Fish and a Wish, and it has a coordinating punch that punches out the fish. This one is such a clever card from Jenna Carr using basic gray and then a little bit of Bermuda Bay for that single fish. You are loved. I love this. Stampin' Up had a similar card recently where it was like all the fish were stamped going and punched going in one direction. There was one fish going in the other way. And it was something about, you know, just being yourself. And I just thought that was so, so clever. Here's one with some bright colors. Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and Orchid Oasis. This one is from Judy Tuttle. Oh my gosh, I love that with the cute little stitch stars. I'm not sure which bundle that came from. So, so cute. And this one as well using Tahitian Tide with the sort of ribbon embossing folder. This one's from Barb Mulliken, and she has stamped and then punched them out. So there's two different size fish in that Fish and a Wish. You got the little one and the big one, and both of them punch from the same punch. I'm trying to see if I have it. I think it's across the room in my cabinet. I'll have to play with that bundle because it makes some super cute cards. I'm really excited to have those samples too. One of the most popular stamp sets and bundles to be featured in our card swap here is this one, the Sweetest Cherries bundle. And this card, oh my gosh, how fun is this? This is from Deneen Rokowski. And she has a little note on here that she embossed the cherries with clear powder and Kool-Aid to be a scratch and sniff. So you can scratch it and, oh, do you smell the cherry? I'm smelling my finger. It is so fun. I love the added texture, but also this card just appeals to all of the senses. I think that's just so much fun. So the rest of them aren't scratch and sniff, but they are equally as cute. This one is from Erica Serwin, and she's got some Wink of Stella on the cherries there with the scallop border. Sweet Birthday Wishes. The black and white really pops with these bright colors of Real Red and Parakeet Party. Real red is a theme here. I mean, we're talking about cherries, right? Jeanette Swan sent in this one. She didn't send it in. We were all there in person in Utah at the beginning of June. And that's where we all turned in our cards and got them back. So this one uses some of the Designer Daydream designer paper here with the Sweetest Cherry gingham ribbon too. And that black and white and red, I think is just so classic to do with cherries, isn't it? Such a great card. Iridescent rhinestones there to finish it off. This one comes from Michelle Litweller, and she used the Parakeet Party designer paper from the Tea Boutique set. Love this with the punch. And then she did a little sponging. Can you see the sponging on the edges? I think that really helps to make those cherries pop. Such a fun card. Looks like Poppy Parade on this card. Back to Real Red over here for this stamped and punched cherry. This one is from Rosemarie Gonzalez, and I think we got a little gatefold or Z-fold going on. Let's open it up and find out. She used the stitched greenery on Pear Pizzazz for the background here, and then yeah, just a simple little Z-fold card, but that card front takes up the whole space. So just kind of a fun way to open up the card. I love that. Speaking of black and white, so pretty with red, but also just on its own. This is the new, I think it's called Perfectly Penciled, the designer paper. Let's take a quick look in the catalog and see. if we can find it. There it is. Yeah, perfectly penciled designer paper. So this is black and white in different patterns, like the flowers and polka dots and stripes and backgrounds. So this is so much fun to have these little strips. These are 1 by 3 inch pieces overlapping across the card. So there's 6 pieces total. This card is from, I think John Bourget, yes, from Michigan. She is just the sweetest. Oh my gosh, put that back in there. Oh, I love that. The heartfelt thank you comes from the Nature's Print stamp set and that fun little label too. I just love it. So simple and so clean, black and white, so beautiful. This one is from Monica Gerberti, and she used the same perfectly penciled designer paper. The Sending a Card to Say Hello comes from the Sending Flowers bundle, and so she embossed that and die cut it. We've got a little bit of soft sea foam along with the petal pink. I think this is a really pretty color to pop against the black and white. Oh my gosh, speaking of petal pink, I think this one is the winner, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Pretty close. Another one that had a lot of swaps. This is the Abigail Rose suite. And Mom and I shared some projects with Abigail Rose recently, and I think we shared these cards that we received in that video as well. So you might have seen these already. This is actually Mom's card right here that she used. She stamped on the ribbon. I just love that effect. And then did some tearing and some designer paper, some simple coloring on those die cut pieces, and then the elegant faceted gems clustered on the large flower. So pretty. This is the Cottage Rose bundle, and it has some detailed die cuts. So it has images that die cut the stamp, or dies that die cut the stamped images, and then also some detailed dies. So the cute little tag here, and then that lasting label punch, one of my favorite new ones, punched out of the designer paper. This is that sentiment, you are positively the greatest, that I was talking about earlier. It does come from this stamp set. Here we've got one, did I say who this one was from? Amy Combs made that one. This one looks like it doesn't have a name. Let's see if we can find it on the inside. Nope. Oh, that's too bad. This card is just so beautiful. I love the crumb cake, early espresso, and very vanilla. The flower here is actually from, and the sentiment is from the Happiness Abounds bundle. That's part of the Hues of Happiness suite that I shared earlier. But we've got the Abigail Rose designer paper, the painted posies, embossing folder, and then some of the brushed brass butterflies. Gorgeous. Here's a card from Pam McLean using the Abigail Rose designer paper and the Cottage Rose. A little bit of coloring and then sponging on that die cut tag. So fun. Oh, this should have been up front with all the black and white samples. This one is from Susie Wood. I love how she's got that stamp just straight on the background and then also die cut with the black stitched square. I think this card is just perfect in black and white. If you wanted to, you could add a pop of color or do some coloring. She added some Link of Stella, if you can see, on the flower petals. But I think it's just so classic and elegant with the black and white. Here's another card that uses the perfectly penciled designer paper. This one is from Kelly Atchison using the Vintage Tools stamp set to stamp the background. And then we just have some really quick and easy little strips here. I think that's so effective with the 3 designer paper and then the little the white cardstock with the words on it. I love that layout. Definitely going to give that one a try. We've got some more cards. We're not quite done yet. Next up are 2 cards from the Lovely Linen suite. This one uses the Lovely Linen designer paper with the Charming Sentiments bundle. That's the one that die cuts the sentiments. And this layout is just so great. I love it with the pale papaya and then a little bit of the sweet sorbet in there too. This one's from Suzanne Netz. She's also from Canada. I love that we had so many people join us for that demonstrator retreat hosted by Ronda Wade in June. That's where all these cards came from, was that demonstrator retreat. And it was so fun to be able to spend some time with my demonstrator friends because we didn't have an incentive trip this year. So many of these people were incentive trip achievers. This card's from Lori Service, and she used the coordinating Lovely and Lasting stamp set. That's the one in the Lovely Linen suite, and it has the lasting label punch, so it does have those images. Both the greeting and the label image are part of that Lasting and Lovely bundle. These colors are really summery, aren't they? Mango Melody with Poppy Parade, maybe Sweet Sorbet. It's hard to tell on this card. A few more cards to go. We're getting close to the end. Oh my gosh. This one is from my friend Leanne Graff, and she used the new stitched, what is that one called? Oh my gosh. There's a new stitched kind of die set that has, they don't cut them out all. It just sort of stitches the outline or cuts the outline. I'm not describing it very well. It's called Pretty Pop-Ups, and you'll find it on page 173 of the annual catalog. So Leanne's used the large circle here and then chosen to just color a few of the images and then pop them up a little bit. So simple, but this die creates such beautiful cards really, really easily. Oh, look at all the layering here. This one's from Melissa Winko, and she used the Eclectic Garden stamp set for these grapes. Did some really fun effects back here with embossing in gold. Hey There comes from the Charming Sentiments, and then this is one of the new Fabulous frames. Oh my gosh, everything is layered so beautifully. I think this card is just gorgeous. Next up, oh my gosh, the little piggies. This one's from Mary Schultz, and she used the This Birthday Piggy, which is the sequel to this Little Piggy. And actually, I don't have this stamp set yet. I've been talking about getting it because I think these pigs are just the cutest. But I don't know why it hasn't made it on my list yet. This is also a new embossing folder in the background, a fun one with clouds. Let me see if I can find the name of that embossing folder real quick. It's a brand new one. It's called Into the Clouds, right there in the corner. Just sort of a fun texture. Love that. This one is from the Basket of Cheer bundle. There's also a cat in there, you might remember, and I think like some scissors and glue and like crafty stuff. This one is so pretty. This one is by Kay Cogbill, using fresh freesia with some copper stitched border there. Inspired by you. Oh, I love that. Next up, Lindsay Mann, also from Canada, created this card with the Happy Forest Friends Suite. The Happier Than Happy is the name of the stamp set. She did some watercoloring here in the background, actually maybe even using some of that oceanfront stamp set to create those watercolor, the look of watercolor back there in the background. Such an easy way to add that shading. And then that die cut bear, he's just the cutest. Hey There comes from Charming Sentiments, and then the stamped tree is part of the Happier Than Happy bundle. There were several cards using the new He's the Man suite. This is one I feel like I've been sharing a lot, especially in June with Father's Day. It was such a great time. I just love the designer paper, the die cuts, everything about this bundle is just so much fun. So we've got the He's the Man designer paper, and then Hes All That. This one is from Sandra Hernandez, and you guys, check out this fold. What? That is so cool. So it's like one long piece that has a 4x4 square, two 4x4 squares that sort of like layer on top. So when it's closed, it fits into a regular envelope, and when you open it, it kind of like extends out. That one's really cool. I might have to do this. Stay tuned. I will have to have some fun and create my own version of this really fun like accordion layout. So this one is from Sandra Hernandez, and stay tuned. I'll definitely be showing how to make this one very soon. Here's another one. This has got a fun fold, and actually Mom created a card using this fold. She was inspired by the swap she received and shared that in a video. This card is from Lisa Miltakis, and she used the Hes All That designer paper, a little painted texture embossing folder in the background with the Cajun craze and early espresso. Love it. Here's a card from my friend Meg Loven. She used the spiral die embossing folder on Tahitian Tide with starry sky in the background, a little bit of glitter paper, and then this is from the Hes All That bundle. It has the coordinating label. I love the little embossed edge around those labels. I think that's part of all the labels in that bundle. So much fun, and I love the alternative colors too on this card. I think that's really cool. Our last bunch of cards use the Tea Boutique suite. This is a new one in the annual catalog. It has the Cup of Tea stamp set and bundle. So that's where you're going to find like the images for the teacups. This one is by Jacqueline Corbin using a 3x3 square of designer paper and then some of the die cut images. Pool Party, Starry Sky, and a little bit of Pear Pizzazz and Crushed Curry. Such a fun card. Here's one that uses some glitter paper. I gotta open this up. This one's from Cheryl Hamilton, and oh, this is cool. It just has the bottom is cut off, and then you can see the designer paper that's on the inside. Oh, I missed you. This tag is so fun, and then it has a little piece of, not linen thread, baker's twine to make it look like it's a little tea bag. Isn't that cute? Here's one without any of the teacups. Life is Better with Friends Like You. This one's from Janet Holmes, and she used the brick and mortar embossing folder, some of the Tea Boutique designer paper, and then the little punch out with some a die cut butterfly and the iridescent gems. Oh, this is one from Diane Albert, and I just was looking at cards the other day using this sort of stack and shuffle kind of techniques where you cut designer paper in all the same measurements and then you mix and match them. So this is a great one with the Tea Boutique, which has 12 different 6x6 patterns in it, 48 sheets total in that paper pack. So you can mix and match them all together, just like Diana did here. So beautiful. Diane, not Diana, sorry. Our last card is from Gina Molinaro Cardera. I hope I said that right. Such a great card here from Gina. We've got Highland Heather paired with the Starry Sky. I think it's so striking. And then a little bit of that in color twine to wrap around the designer paper panel. I love how these papers all coordinate together. It's just so many different ways that you can use it. It's time for tea. Ooh, great card. Oh my gosh. I hope you enjoyed a peek at my swap box and all the, what did we say, 72? I think is what I caught. 72 cards featuring goodies from the annual catalog. Now, just a reminder that you can get your Sale-a-Bration rewards no matter what you're buying. If you're getting stuff from the annual catalog or from the new mini catalog, even from the clearance rack, you can earn free products during Sale-a-Bration for every $50 that you order. No limit. So one for every 50, or you can choose a level 2 gift for a $100 order. And you can do all that at my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. I hope you enjoyed today's swap showcase. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future card making and swap videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.